Dear students, we are continuing the discussion about pathological vaginal infection.
The next infection comes under the pathological infection of vagina is chlamydia. Here the causative organism is Chlamydia trachomatis. Chlamydia trachomatis. It is also a bacteria, a gram-negative bacteria. Chlamydia trachomatis. So we can see many similar symptoms of chlamydia trachomatis and gonorrhea. It is very difficult to differentiate between the clinical symptoms of gonorrhea and chlamydia trachomatis, and it is the second most common cause of sexually transmitted diseases worldwide. But in developed countries, European countries and developed countries, it is the most common cause than gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is not so common in developed countries. In developed countries, the most common cause of sexually transmitted disease is the chlamydia trachomatis. So that is the importance of this infection, chlamydia trachomatis. Again, similar to Neisseria gonorrhea, we have seen that vaginal epithelium is squamous cell epithelium. So it is resistant to gonococcal infection. Similarly, it is resistant to chlamydial infection also. So this organism affects the columnar and transitional epithelium of genitourinary organ, similar to gonorrhea. So if we learn one infection, we can compare the signs and symptoms of other infection so that we can learn very easily. It is more common in young sexually active women. It is more than gonorrhea in developed countries. It accounts for 1% of all abortion. One of the main side effect of chlamydial infection is the abortion. Then 1% of all abortion are due to chlamydial infection. Incubation period is more than gonorrhea. 6 to 14 days is the incubation period. It is transmitted by sexual contact, either vaginal, anal. Sometimes it may be transmitted with contact with the infected tissue such as conjunctiva. And it is believed that chlamydia can also pass from infected mother to child, newborn child. So these are all the mode of transmission of chlamydial infection. And what are the clinical features? Similar to gonorrhea, again here also we can see some similarities, similar signs and symptoms of gonorrhea here also. So asymptomatic, most of the cases are asymptomatic, and if symptomatic, there is non-specific presentations are there. Urinary symptoms similar to gonorrhea, here also we can see the urinary symptoms like increased frequency of urination, dysuria, because chlamydial infection also affects genitourinary organs. Pruritus, here also we can see pruritus, we can give 2+ mark. Pruritus is present in chlamydial infection. One of the main feature, dyspareunia, it is also seen in all pathological bacterial infection. Then here also the discharge is mucopurulent cervical discharge, similar to gonorrhea. So it is very difficult to differentiate between gonorrhea and chlamydia by these signs and symptoms. Mucopurulent discharge, similar to gonorrhea. Speculum examination, we can see the mucopurulent discharge from cervix. It also causes a chronic conjunctivitis, that is called trachoma. Trachoma is caused by the same organism, and trachoma, once it was one of the main cause of blindness worldwide. The same organism causes Ritter syndrome. We have studied Ritter syndrome. What is Ritter syndrome? It is the triad of arthritis, conjunctivitis and urethral inflammation. This Ritter syndrome is also caused by chlamydia trachomatis. So chlamydia trachomatis, it affects the genitourinary system, similar to gonorrhea, and it also one of the causes of blindness, and that condition is called trachoma. The same organism causes Ritter syndrome, the triad of arthritis, conjunctiva and urethral inflammation. So the organism causes trachoma, and the same organism causes Ritter syndrome. Then regarding the complication, we have seen that cervix is the first set of infection, and this infection ascends upwards from cervix to fallopian tube to uterus. So it also causes pelvic inflammatory disease. Pelvic inflammatory disease means inflammation of upper genital organs like fallopian tube, ovary and uterus. So the inflammation of fallopian tube, uterus and ovary is known as pelvic inflammatory diseases. So similar to gonorrhea, a chlamydial infection also causes this PID, pelvic inflammatory diseases. So during pregnancy time, if the mother get infected with a chlamydial infection, it may result in premature labor, intrauterine growth retardation, and it may affect the newborn also. We have seen that chlamydial infection affects the newborn and it causes one kind of pneumonia. Then chlamydia also one of the main cause of female infertility. Gonorrhea also a main cause of female infertility due to PID, pelvic inflammation. It results in the tubal damage, but the tubal damage is more in chlamydia than gonorrhea. It conditions also causes the same organism may cause perihepatitis, and diagnosis is also by the same method as gonorrhea, NAT, NAAT, nucleic acid amplification test. That is the one of the investigation used to diagnose the chlamydial infections. Or we can diagnose the condition by ELISA test, or we can diagnose the condition by identifying the IgM antibody of chlamydia or culture. We can diagnose the condition by culture, and the most sensitive test is the NAT. So we can see many similarities between gonorrhea and chlamydial infections. Management also similar to gonorrhea, same management. It is a sexually transmitted diseases, so specific treatment for this organism and general management of sexually transmitted infection, regular follow-up until the patient is negative, simultaneous treatment of husband, avoid multiple sex partner, use condom till both partners are negative. So the general management of gonorrhea and chlamydial infections are same.
The next pathological vaginal infection we are going to discuss is trichomoniasis. Trichomoniasis. We have seen gonococcal infection and chlamydial infection. The next is trichomoniasis.
Trichomoniasis also, it is also a sexually transmitted disease, and in clinical practice this is the most common sexually transmitted disease. How it becomes the most common STD in clinical practice? Because 80% of trichomoniasis is symptomatic. So we have seen that the most common STD is gonorrhea, next is chlamydial infection, next is trichomoniasis. But majority of gonorrhea and chlamydial infections are not symptomatic. But here in trichomoniasis, more than 80% cases are symptomatic. So in clinical practice, we can see more trichomoniasis patient than gonorrhea patient and chlamydial infection patient. When a lady suffer from trichomoniasis, definitely the lady produces signs and symptoms. So the lady seek the medical advice. So in clinical practice, we can see more and more trichomoniasis, and it is the most common cause of pruritus vulva. 50% causes of pruritus vulva trichomoniasis. So please remember, when a patient comes into your OP with pruritus vulva, the 50% chance is the lady is infected with trichomoniasis. The main mode of transmission is sexual. It is a sexually transmitted diseases, but sometimes it can also be transmitted by inadequate hygiene or the use of a infected person's towel bath, etc. So it can be first two, gonorrhea and chlamydia. These two are exclusive sexually transmitted diseases, but in trichomoniasis we can see it can be sometimes transmitted through inadequate hygiene or the use of an infected person's towel or bath. Regarding the organism, trichomoniasis is caused by a protozoa. It is caused by protozoa, and the name of protozoa is Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomonas vaginalis. Motile flagellated protozoa, actively motile flagellated anaerobic protozoa. It is larger than WBC, and it is often associated with gonococcal infection. We have seen that chlamydial infection is also always associated with most often associated with gonorrhea. Similarly, Trichomonas vaginalis is also sometimes seen along with the gonorrheal gonococcal infections. Incubation period is 4 to 28 days. And here the main important point is 80% are symptomatic. 80% are symptomatic. That is very important. And the one of the main symptom of Trichomonas vaginalis is the intense pruritus vulvae. Intense pruritus vulvae. So we can give 3+ mark for pruritus in Trichomonas vaginalis. So pruritus or itching vulva is one of the main symptom of Trichomonas vaginalis, and 50% causes of pruritus vulva is due to trichomonial infection. And regarding there will be increased vaginal discharge. So vaginal discharge is profuse, offensive and frothy. Offensive. So we can see the vaginal discharge is offensive, and the vaginal discharge is irritating, or there is intense itching of the vaginal discharge. The discharge causes itching and inflammation of vagina. Or the salient feature of trichomonal infection is the strawberry vagina. Strawberry vagina. What is strawberry vagina? The vaginal wall become red and inflamed with multiple punctate hemorrhagic spots. So the multiple punctate hemorrhagic spots seen on the vaginal wall looks like a strawberry. So this condition is called strawberry vagina. So it is one of the main feature of Trichomonas vaginalis, strawberry vagina. Multiple punctate hemorrhagic spots seen on the vagina. Then urinary symptoms like gonorrhea and chlamydia. It is also associated with urinary symptoms like dysuria, increased frequency, low backache, etc. And there is symptoms of pelvic infection. This also causes PID, pelvic inflammatory diseases, similar to gonorrhea and chlamydia. It affects uterus, fallopian tube, and produces the signs and symptoms of pelvic inflammatory diseases. So on examination we can see frothy offensive vaginal discharge, frothy offensive vaginal discharge, and vulva is inflamed. There is signs and symptoms of inflammation of vulva with the signs and symptoms of pruritus. Strawberry vagina, that is a salient feature of this condition, Trichomonas vaginalis. And under microscope we can see the organism. So wet film preparation or hanging drop preparation under microscope show the motile Trichomonas vaginalis. We can do the culture the organism, and we can identify the organism. And here also the NAT examination, NAT test is also used here also to diagnose the Trichomonas vaginalis, and we can diagnose it also by the culture. So these are the features of Trichomonas vaginalis.
Regarding management, it is similar to those of gonorrhea and chlamydial infection.